All right, let's go ahead and get a check of the weather outside. Look at those clouds, Clay. I miss the sunshine.
Yeah, I know. It's like we've had it all month long, but big changes this week is we're going to have a lot of cloud cover, dreary weather, cool temperatures, and several rounds of rain. Now, a bulk of the rain starting to move on to the east, but this is the scene off of Walnut Avenue down in Dalton. Yeah, still pretty nasty out there. Reduced visibility, some light rain coming down, and that's going to be the trend the rest of the afternoon. The heavy stuff's moving on out of here, but we still have these lingering light patches of rain that are going to move through for the remainder of the evening. So we're not going to see consistent rain through sunset, but we're still going to have some occasional light to maybe moderate showers. Right now, the heaviest stuff coming down across Catoosa County, extending northward into Bradley and parts of Hamilton County, and also Walker County getting some of that steady rain. And many of you already have seen as much as 1 to 2 inches. So good soaking rain, and we do have more on the way. But as for your temperatures, it's kind of a raw day out there. We're in the 50s, and that's pretty much where we're going to stay. We're not going to move too much in either direction from where we're at right now. Maybe climbing into the mid 50s, but for the most part, it's just going to be a chilly, rainy day. So more wet weather on the way. Again, round 1 was today. Round 2 coming into the picture on Wednesday. So we'll have a little bit of a lull on Tuesday. Not expecting any severe weather. Again, conditions just not going to be favorable, but we could pick up an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So we're going to bust our drought just like that in the span of just 2 to 3 days. Here's a look at the rest of your day. Not a lot going on. Again, there's just a couple pockets of some light rain throughout the rest of the evening. And as we get into the overnight hours, pretty much the same thing. We're going to have reduced visibility at times with some of that fog and a little bit of light rain here and there overnight, but not going to be anything widespread like we were dealing with, of course, this morning. Now, as we get into Wednesday morning, pretty much the same scenario. Another cold front tracking across the southeast. That's going to bring a deluge of rain here across much of North Georgia, southeast Tennessee, northeast Alabama. It'll continue for most of the day on Wednesday before gradually tapering off as we get into Thursday morning. So additional 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of rain going to be possible, especially the further east you go. So yeah, we're not done with the rain just yet, but we will at least get a little bit of a break. Switching gears briefly, we got a very serious situation in the Caribbean. We got Melissa. I mean, this is about as strong a storm as you can have. Category 5, slowly wobbling towards Jamaica. It's going to start to turn northbound, and this is just not a good situation. And this is one of the strongest storms we've had in quite some time, and it looks like it's going to make direct landfall into the southern coast of Jamaica as we get into early Tuesday morning, and then an additional landfall into eastern Cuba and then the Turks and Caicos. So this is going to be a mess for Jamaica and parts of Cuba. We'll continue to keep you updated. Again, that pressure, 908 millibars. That is a very strong storm. For us, we're not going to have any impacts from the tropics, but we're going to have our fair share of rain. But hey, just in time for Halloween, we'll have the sunshine returning. Leah?